Devil species,
Several species,
unknown misery,
unknown misery,
cryptic.
You roll with cheeky rappers now, we rebuke them. You roll with picky lovers.
Boom! What's up, everyone? Marc, Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. Alright, yesterday I lost it a little bit talking about Isla. After seeing her at Little Gym and stuff, I'm going to try and be a little bit better today. And, what better way to do it than with probably a product that I never leave home without. One of my staples, Resurrect PM by Ronnie Coleman. Signature series, good friends of ours. They also have another product we're going to highlight next week that has instantly become my favorite in its category, along with this, which is my favorite sleep product. But with that said, let's not jump ahead of ourselves, and let's get into a little something about cystic fibrosis. More than 70% of all cystic fibrosis cases are diagnosed by the age of 2. This is extremely important because they can start treatment and start, well, basically treating the disease so it doesn't affect them much later in life, so they can live a longer, healthier life. I mean, that's one of the reasons that people were dying with cystic fibrosis before kindergarten age back in the 50s. We weren't diagnosing it. Now that we can diagnose it, we get them on the enzymes. There's a lot of new treatments out there, and it just needs funding. Just needs funding to get it done. And I promised JP yesterday. Well, I promised him in the comments section. He actually, JP Strachan. Not to cry, not to treat Isla any differently. I'm never going to promise not to cry about Isla. I can't do it. It was fun. I couldn't even watch my own video on it because my wife was listening to it and I started crying, listening to myself cry. That's, you've kind of lost it. But this disease, again, I never, you see tragedy, and I grew up, my mother she had her share of problems, mainly due to recreational substance abuse, and my father had type 2 diabetes, which in my opinion is a bullshit disease. Most of it in type 2 diabetes can be controlled, treated, and or cured with diet and exercise. Cystic fibrosis, you're born with it, and you're screwed. You're screwed. So, I mean, it's just one of those things where it's always going to affect you. And I was asked in my comments section, I wanted to answer it here, does it ever get easier to deal with the topic? And no, there's certain things I just don't deal with well. One is children who are sick. I just can't, I can't stand to see kids in pain. I can't stand to see kids who aren't, who have any bit of adversity. It just eats at me. And it could be because, I had a bit of a rough childhood. And I just don't want to see that happen to anybody else. And the fact that it's people so close to us just makes it harder. So 70% by age of 2, that's why if you see any issues, and I encourage you, please, if you haven't yet, go to see the video at thisraceblows.com. Also, if you don't want to buy from me, and I completely understand if you don't like me, you don't like my store, my nose is ugly, my hat looks funny, whatever. By all means, please go and donate and give me nothing. But I was also, I've also been accused a couple times, oh, you're just trying to sell more product. You know what? I hope we have our record month this month. Because I know that 5% and I hope that everybody buys the products that are participating in this fundraiser. Because I know we'll be donating a real good amount of money to cystic fibrosis. And you know that I'm going to use some of that money, I'm going to turn it right into investing in the show I have in November, on November 9th in Burlington, North Carolina, the ANBF Pro-Am, which 100% of proceeds, I'm going to lose my butt on that show, guys. I'm not going to make a dime. I'm doing that for Isla. I don't have time to put on a bodybuilding show. I'm launching my company internationally on July 26, MTS Nutrition, TigerFitness.com, Fast 55, Inc. 500, and a bunch of other awards we're up for. Growth levels unprecedented. Ethitech Nutrition. Whatever I'm going to do with my brother with Lobliners. I'm looking into some youth training facility things. There's a lot of things going on in my life. Last thing I need is a bodybuilding show, but I want to raise awareness and raise money for cystic fibrosis. Mean that from the bottom of my heart. So with that said, Ronnie Coleman, Resurrect PM. Now listen, guys, look, sleep products, endogenous GH release, whatever. First time I took this, I was in the middle of prep, and my boy Lee over at Ronnie Coleman Signature Series sent this to me. And I kid you not, the first night I took it, I was on it. And I was able to, and you're able to, like if I don't have this, if I'm traveling and I forget it or I don't have room in my carry-on, man, I sleep fine without it. But the thing is, there are ingredients in here, velvet bean, mucuna pruriens, for instance, mixed with arginine does have beneficial effects on endogenous GH release. You also have GABA, which is fantastic at 1 gram. Doses are listed out. The only thing in a blend is the growth and repair blend. Magnesium citrate, creatine, gluconate, L-ornithine, phenylalanine, theanine, HICA, zinc sulfite, vitamin E, vitamin B6. I mean, this is as good of a product as I've ever taken before bed. I've never been a fan of these types of product. This product is simple, well dosed, and absolutely fantastic. So if you're looking for a pre-bed supplement to help you get them Z's, get a nice refreshing night's sleep, and make it so if, gosh forbid, you don't get 8 hours of sleep, you get 4 to 5 from me. This is me. It feels just like I got a full night's sleep, even if I'm restricted. When Van and I traveled to New Jersey that one time, we got 2 hours of sleep a night, and I was able to function, and I honestly think this had something to do with it, or I could just be completely out of my mind. So that's it, Ronnie Coleman Signature Series. This is my recommended sleep product, 100%. I don't recommend any other, for gosh sakes. This is what I recommend. I recommend this if you have any issue with sleeping, or if you just want deeper, better, more productive sleep, even if you sleep good already. This is the one to go with. Ronnie Coleman Signature Series, Resurrect PM. 5% of all sales of Ronnie Coleman Signature Series goes towards cystic fibrosis. I'm Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com, and today I kept it together, and I thank you guys for understanding that yesterday with the little gym graduation, it was rough. It was just rough addressing the issue after seeing and it just hitting home that she's normal. I mean, she lives life normal. And you would never guess that she's going through all this adversity. And it just hit me like a freight train. As I'm holding my baby Preston, it hit me. And, you know, it's going to continue to hit me. So I guarantee you there's going to be another one of these videos where I see her, you know, we're going over to the house for dinner Monday. It might be the night I'm like, man, she's so awesome. And it just hits me then. I don't know, but I'm not going to guarantee it, nor do I care. So anyway, I'm Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. Thank you so much for your support in this matter, because curing cystic fibrosis is not a game.
Yeah, we recruit them, we ain't no blind sheep, so we teach for the movement. Look out for one another, look in.
Devil species,
Devil species,
unknown misery,
unknown misery,
cryptic.
cryptic.
You roll with chicky rappers now,